All right. Hey, how's everyone doing out there today? We're back again for another episode of Our Parents' Basement. This is episode 30. 30 fabulous
Woohoo!
episodes. Yay. Anyway,
There's some fanfare.
yes. Yes. So once again, I'm MrNikon. And with me as always, I got Cashel over there.
Howdy! I'm just so proud to be here. Hello, everyone.
And I got Turf. How you doing, Turf?
How's you guys doing up north? Things are
Yeah,
things are doing good in y'all's neck of the woods, eh?
oh, it's going
Wait, I got
crazy up
Canadian.
here.
Sounds
You're
Canadian,
still
dude.
Canadian.
Too far north. Too far north.
You're going too far north there, eh? Yeah, don't you know there, Yeah, there, hey.
Bobby
Anyway,
generic. It's generic.
but so we got a great show for you tonight, as always. Um, so start things off. We're all met on this one website, VG Collect, where you could categorize and log all your video game collecting needs and talk of other video game nerds like us.
What kind of
Ding.
person would need to log their collection of video games? How many games do you people have?
I don't know, but sometimes you go to the game shop, you're like, do I have this game? I don't remember. It
So I'll
helps out
buy
that
it
way.
anyway.
Then you're like, damn it, I have this. But anyways, so this is the time of year where the whole Secret Santa thing starts off. So we all sign up and we get all assigned some random person, and we all get a wish list and go buy games that they want or things they don't have we think they may like. So this is my first year doing it, and you two guys have done it a couple times already.
Yeah, I've done it. I did it for 2014 and 2015, and I think Turf did it from the beginning. Yeah, I was there for the inception.
He's an OG Secret Santa on VG Collect.
OG in the Secret Santa world. Very nice.
So, and once we get our packages from whoever our Secret Santa may be, we'll open up and share them with you guys. I know like you guys have gotten good ones in the past few years, or stuff that you wanted.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, and I think, and Turf can tell you, might be able to tell you about this too. But my first one was in 2014, and I was kind of skeptical at first, but Diskyaniac, who hasn't been on there for a while, so I hope you're doing well, Diskyaniac. Miss you, man. He kind of talked me into it, and I said, yeah, all right, fine, I'll join. And he actually ended up being my Secret Santa, and he got me a gift that wasn't on my wish list, first of all, but it was something that just completely wowed me. It was this huge anime collection, collector's pack. It was I was not expecting it at all. Like, I was so happy and so thankful. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm so glad I did this, and I decided to keep doing it every year since. So
yeah, I've the past 2 years I missed a sign up date, so I got in this year finally.
Glad to have you. It's something I've gotten to enjoy. I enjoy more of the button because I mean I have lots of stuff, and it's cool to get stuff, but it's more fun to see like when somebody opens up their package and you really make their day.
Yeah,
I really dig that. So that's more of my favorite part of doing this, is being able to find something that somebody really wants. Maybe they didn't have a chance to get, or maybe it's something that I have laying around that I just don't have a use for, or have a double of, or something like that they have in their wish list, and I can go ahead and make somebody's day with something that, like, value wise, maybe outside of what our limit is, but I gave less than that for it, so it just really, I get a chance to make somebody's day, and I dig that. Last year, you made your recipient's day like 10 times as much as anyone was expecting. Want to tell us about that?
Yeah,
well, Telly, he's been on the show several times. He's kind of our fourth musketeer, and he would mention somewhere that he was, I'd like to get a Super Nintendo sometime, and it's kind of outside of what our limit was, but I've picked up plenty of $20 Super Nintendos, so it wasn't. I had an extra one in the garage. I boxed that dude up in a few games that I thought were fun. Like, I know I put Goof Troop in there, which is kind of an underrated gem for the Super Nintendo, if you ask me. Something that it's just a fun game. So I packed that up in 3 or 4 games, and he on an episode of Retro Reload last year, and I was really pumped on that because he was excited.
Yep, he was super excited. You definitely made his night.
That's a good point. It's fun to, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love getting gifts. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But buying gifts for other gamers who like this as much as we do, I think that's actually more fun. Last year I had Carrie Ann, so I got her some RPGs that she had her eye on, so I was glad to help her out, and I got her some candy from a local candy shop here in Nashville. I wrapped things up in nice wrapping paper, put some presentation on there. That's part of the fun, giving it some extra personality.
That's where I fall short. I'm too much of just like I'm a guy, and I can't do it. I pack it well and put some good tape on the outside. I'll put a note on it, like don't open it until Christmas unless you want your surprise spoiled, because it is the Secret Santa gift on the inside. But yeah, I'm not. I've taken the time and wrapped everything for me because I didn't do it myself. And let's see. But one year I gave somebody Super Metroid, which that was something on their wish list, and I think we had like a $20 limit at the time, and I'd picked it up somewhere for a little bit of nothing, and I packed that dude up. It wasn't complete in box, like they probably wanted for their collection, but it was a copy of Super Metroid for just being part of this, so that was cool. And one year I can't even remember who it was. They wanted a One Piece game. Okay, but it was a PS3 One Piece game, and I found out that in Europe. So I got it off of Amazon, I guess, or eBay one, the collector's edition for this, and I just happened to get it cheap. It was a European version, but PS3 is region free.
Yeah.
So I got them that, and I blew the guy's mind. I cannot even remember.
I think that was Argyle.
Was that who it was?
Yeah, and he's not participating this year, so that makes me sad. So
yeah, it's been 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that.
So I remember
that was a good one.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So
good. I'm glad you got to join this time.
Yeah, hopefully my recipient, really, stuff I picked out, look for their what they wanted and look for their, what they have, what they don't have, and what they want. So it'll be fun. Hopefully, it'll make them happy.
Oh yeah, I think it will. I mean, we all sign up for this knowing very well that we could ask for our super rare Sega Saturn game or stadium events. I mean, it's a wish list. It's not going to happen. But
I'm not gonna lie, stadium events is on my wish list. I put it on there. It's number one. So if
doesn't count,
you want to go ahead and drop 10 G's on this, there we go.
Make Turf happy. Get him to stadium events.
I'm just gonna find a stadium events adhesive sticker and tape it over an old NES cartridge.
Oh, that's mean.
I know. I'll be like, hey, it's stadium events.
Trying to give Turf a heart attack, man.
No, I don't.
It's no joke.
It might.
Once again, you remember who it was. I drew my name, and it was 2 years envelope in the mail, and it was like, hey, I know this is on your wish list, and I opened it up, and it was Dinosaur Peak.
Oh.
But then, I realized, no, come on. There's actually I videoed me opening it, and so you can see like the real reaction of me. It's out there on YouTube if anybody wants to check it out.
I think I saw that. 18. Yeah.
Actually really funny.
Yeah.
And they got me. They really did get me. I'm going to my heart skipped a beat. So that was actually like their note said, admit it, your heart skipped a beat. This is, and it was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Pull Radiance. I'm actually looking at it right now. That was a really cool gift. It was right there on my NES games, and it was one that I just hadn't come across yet. So somebody hooked me up. It was really good.
Awesome. Something similar happened to me last year, although I kind of saw it coming. I got the guy who drew my name was Pac-Pix. He's on BG Collect, and obviously I was looking for Panzer Dragoon Saga. That was number one on my wish list. I knew I wasn't going to get it. But I made the comment in my wish list, if you get this for me, I'll be your sex slave. And he got me Fatal Frame for the PS2. He got me Demon Souls for the PS3. And then in the rest of the box, amongst the Tootsie Roll orgasm, there was a Sega Saturn game, but it had the front cover of Panzer Dragoon Saga on the front and on the back. So it almost looked legit, but I knew it was too good to be true because it was taped up. And as soon as I opened it, more Tootsie Rolls fell out, and it was like this baseball game that I wasn't ever gonna play. Like 96 Major League Shalabalaba Tuna. I'm not sure what it was called.
Lava Lava Tuna.
But then
that was a hit. Shlabalaba Tuna 96 was a good one.
was that going? Oh man, I shouldn't have sold it. But there was a note that says, "Sorry, I can't afford your sex slave fees. Merry Christmas." So that was really thoughtful.
Oi.
So we have fun with this. This isn't just like some white
It's a
elephant
good
bullshit.
time, man.
This is fun.
Awesome.
You know.
I'm so looking forward to it.
So
You guys started shopping yet?
I've started shopping, yeah.
Cool.
I have. I've done a little. Well, probably finish it up tomorrow, actually.
Nice. Wow, you guys are on the ball.
Yeah, I gotta wait for next paycheck to finish it up, so hopefully
I need to find time more than anything.
You have a kid.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. I mean, time, and I ordered, so I just need to sit down, and that's the biggest thing, is just let Amazon do all the work.
Is that where you're gonna find the best deals, though?
Well, the person that I drew their name, they have a good mix of modern and retro and this and that. And I picked out a few things that I think I can find pretty easily, make their day.
Cool.
So that's what it shouldn't be too terribly difficult to find some stuff that's gonna. Well, the best deals probably would be out there going and looking, obviously, but I just want to find something, a reasonable deal, and quickly. It's a kind of a time crunch. If you're looking for a real good deal, 3 weeks isn't a whole lot of time. So,
yeah, I mean, technically we have till Christmas, but I like the idea of shipping it out sooner.
Because they'll order until they get it. Most people will.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably ship mine out the week before Thanksgiving. That's just kind of how. That way it gets, or the week of Thanksgiving. That's the way it gets there during the Christmas season, like after Thanksgiving.
That's a good idea.
So that's just I try to play the time game on the post office.
Good call. Yeah. I haven't started shopping yet. I just found out who my person is. I found out when I get back Wednesday, because I was on vacation for a while. But this weekend I have my recipient has a pretty sizable list. So I am going to go to some of my favorite stores, and I'm going to go to town. I am really excited about this. It's fun to buy for other people, because usually you're not because we all have our taste in games. So you're buying something that you wouldn't normally play, but you're still looking for it. It's kind of a fun feeling.
Yeah, you gotta kind of step outside of your comfort zone. And
yeah, definitely.
I kind of like learning and shopping about some things that I'm maybe not interested in, but trying to just expand my taste a little bit. It's kind of what I get out of it. So
yeah.
It's like that shopping for that One Piece thing. I don't know anything about One Piece. I don't know anything about anime or manga, whatever it's called. But yeah, it was fun to step out there and.
You damn hick! I'm just kidding.
I am. I'm country's cornbread. I can't help it. But it was fun to step outside of my wheelhouse and try to find something different, something new that wasn't American.
What do you call the most famous Pokemon? How do you pronounce his name? Say again.
Pikachu?
Yeah. Russell called it
Pikachu.
Yeah, Russell called it Pikachu. I was like, what?
Pikachu.
No, it's Pikachu.
Well, it's because he doesn't know. I'm in the know. I've been around there.
At least you know this. At least you know this stuff. So that's good.
Pikachu. At least know what he is. Yeah.
Or lives in track here.
Anyway.
Yes. Anyways.
So
Secret Santa's taken off and scene.
And now we're going to another thing. Something.
And now something completely different.
And now for something completely different. So, some big sporting event just finished up last night. Some team ended a 108-year World Series drought. So, Cubs won the World Series. Of course, I'm ecstatic about that.
I'm gonna clap for you because I know you're a big Cubs fan.
Yeah,
I cried.
I don't care about baseball, but there you go.
Yeah,
I cried a bit.
You cry. Yeah. Aw.
Bill Murray cried. Everyone cried.
Cute. Did Eddie Vedder cry?
Eddie Vedder cried.
I knew it.
God.
Did you see the video, or everybody see the video of Bill Murray in motion?
Yeah.
See, I don't know. So I'm assuming he has kids. He probably wasn't that happy when his kids were born.
Yeah, he's got like six kids.
Yeah, he wasn't happy when the first plan one was born. He wasn't that happy.
But the man. Oh, that was a crazy game. Game 7, World Series.
Rain delay.
Extra innings.
Rain delay, 10th inning. They all
That is
Cubs
crazy.
beat the Cubs and they almost blow it. That
Hey,
game-
I'm from Cleveland, so like the Cleveland curse was strong with this game. I mean, I knew it was Chicago's turn.
It's like you got two cursed teams going against one another, you know.
They really are cursed.
So somebody had to lose. That's what it was.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
No matter.
I'm glad Chicago won.
Yeah, both teams played well. You know, Cubs came down from one being like 3 games down and winning 3 in a row to win it. It's crazy.
You know, honestly, I figured Cleveland was going to win just for the simple fact that it's been Cleveland's year.
Yeah, they
They had the
pitchers
there's
injuring their
one. Stipe Miocic is the
MMA
UFC
guy.
heavyweight champion. He's a Cleveland guy. It was
Who?
just Stipe Miocic. He's the UFC heavyweight champion.
I know Kelly Pavlik's from Cleveland, but I don't know that name. So
Well, yeah.
you know more than
Anyways,
I do.
he was from Cleveland, so it's just kind of they're raking in championships this year. So,
Yeah.
Oh man, but you know, way to go, Cubbies.
Oh, and Dorothy. Oh God, I don't know if you watched when they won the National League pennant. There's this Cub fan. She's had season tickets at like 1984, front row, right behind the visiting team dugout. She's 90 years old. You know, and Fox, they interviewed her, and like, what are you gonna do now to celebrate? She's like, oh, I don't know, maybe to have some Jägermeister or something.
All
So-
right. She sounds like a party.
And like, I think next day, the news channels, they're drinking the Jägermeister together. She must have done like 4 or 5 shots of him, and she's like, this is nothing. And he's like, how can you drink this? It's like, yeah.
Chicagoans know how to drink.
Oh yeah. We know how to drink, yes.
Chicago, you'd drink too.
Yes. Especially with the Bears.
Just to stay warm, really.
But anyway, more about, you know, I was going to say, go ahead, Turf.
I was teasing how many, and like last year, the Royals had so many bandwagon fans.
Oh.
Like it was ridiculous. Like there's nobody that's a Royals fan. Like my grandpa was the last person that was a Royals fan. Fans. So
Yeah.
But there were so many. I take that back. There's like our buddy Norm, the gaming historian. He actually is legit fan. So I'll give him that. And there's a few people out there, but for the biggest part, they were just bandwagon fans. Facebook is ridiculous today just because of the number of people that were Cubs fans. I don't know I guess y'all are in the closet, most of you. Will not be. They're like, don't want anybody to know they're a Cubs fan. But man, they came out of the woodwork. 20 people were like, yeah, I've been a lifelong Cubs fan. I was like, really?
You have? I know you since high school, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. I've known you for 20 years. I did not know that you knew that we're Cubs fans. But then,
Like, you know,
everyone,
everyone.
I've been a Cubs fan since my grandpa used to watch them on WGN every weekend. Oh,
well,
So,
yeah.
even in Retropalooza back in Texas, there were tons of Cubs fans.
Oh yeah, you know, they're having to,
yeah. Jay from the
Everywhere.
Game Chasers is a huge Cubs fan. And
yes,
he was a Cubs fan, but he drove up there for the
the NLCS. Yeah.
didn't even go to the game, just was outside the stadium.
Oh, it was nuts.
No, it was game 4 that he drove up there.
Yeah.
So-
I know.
OK Chief, he's a Cubs fan. He's from Chicago, so he may live in San Antonio now, but he's from Chicago, so we'll give him a pass on that one. But man, there were so many Cubs fans, and it's like I did not know. Like I'm like a sport or Razorback fan, so I understand your pain because we're good like once every, I don't know, 40 years.
Once every
Yeah.
century.
Cubs fans, you know, you could have a bad century every now and then.
Yeah, I saw something on Facebook today, like the artwork from the newspaper the day after the Cubs won the World Series of 1908 is now public domain. That was the last time they were good, so
Yeah.
it's been that long.
You know, and back then they were like the first dynasty in sports. But yeah, being a Cubs fan, you know, it's
Easy, man.
No, you know, that's why we get so emotional for this. It was crazy. Oh, funny. And you
I
know,
get so emotional, baby.
I was reading, you know, they're starting to get these reports. You know, it's like there were probably close to, you know, a couple 100,000 people in front of Wrigley Field yesterday after they won it.
Oh man.
And there's a Taco Bell like 100 feet away from Wrigley Field. Somehow a group of people, they removed a sign from Taco Bell and stole it and were walking down the street with a Taco Bell sign. Why
are they rioting? Don't riot. Your team just won.
I don't know. They just took it down very nicely and just walked down the street with it.
They nicely stole the sign. Way to go.
Yeah, that nice still property. That
And there's like maybe one broken window in a store and I guess they climbed up on top of the Telemundo TV truck and they broke the windshield.
oh jeez.
And that's about it.
Wow.
Only 14 people got arrested.
MrNikon, where were you during this time? Were you watching at a bar? Were you at home?
I was at home in the basement
Friends?
watching it.
Okay.
So it was, you know, it's
Is
more
it not-
relaxing here.
About being relaxing, so it's not you don't do like the group thing where everybody gets together and.
You know, I could, but you know, the bars, you know, they were in Wrigleyville, they were charging ridiculous covers.
Yeah.
Some places were
Didn't
charging like
think about
$100, $250 covers
Just to get in the bar?
just to get in the bar.
Fuck that.
Like one of the bars is charging when the games are in town, they're charging $500 for a table.
Jeez.
If you wanted to get a table, $500.
So, Joel, this will be one of those things where you remember where you were when it happened.
Oh, this, yeah.
So, okay, 1994, I was 13 years old when the Razorbacks won the national championship in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you exactly where I was and who I was with and exactly what happened when that happened. Because, I mean, I've been a lifelong Razorback, like I said, like you are a Cubs fan.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an emotional thing, man. And to get that involved in a really, and I know it is to get that involved in something that over, it was you really do, man. You get, it's like it's something like a child being born or something. You know, the only time you'll maybe in your lifetime get to see.
Oh, yeah.
Number one team in the world.
Yeah, but we got a team that'll be good for a while. Looks like it.
That's what the Royals thought.
Yeah. Well, you know, the contracts are signed for these guys, and as long as they stay healthy. And they did all this about, you know, their biggest bat, Kyle Schwarber, that kid. He busted out his knee like the second game of the year. And this kid could freaking hit like nothing, so. But next year's going to be even better. But anyway,
Well,
what
I
was
hope
that?
so.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so for your sake.
Yep. We'll get used to this. Like, oh, they won a World Series again. Meh. But
Again? How boring. Yeah.
this one is special.
I'll tell you what, I've got a bunch of Facebook people that are friends or whatever on Facebook that are Cubs fans, and around here it's mostly Cardinals fans.
Oh yeah,
and it's a well-known rivalry. All of them that have just been rubbing like the Cardinals fans' nose in it. Hey, don't try to drag anybody else down. Come on, just fly the W, whatever you want to do. Just leave everybody else alone.
But you know how intense that rivalry is with the Cubs and Cardinals.
It is an intense rivalry. But on the flip side of that, when the Cubs or the Cardinals won the World Series a few years ago, they were like, and all that noise. It wasn't really like, Chicago, you suck. So,
But you know, we've heard from the Cardinals for so many years, and we just like we get to do it this one time. And and the White Sox fans, and
that would have been like 10 years ago.
yeah, 2005. Oh, talk about the funny thing. ESPN was going about the championships that Cleveland has done since like 1980, and what Chicago has done. They said for Cleveland, just the Cavaliers winning. ESPN said the Bears in '85, the 6 Bulls championships, and the 3 Blackhawks championships.
I'm telling you, it's a Cleveland curse. Like,
But ESPN forgot about the 2005 White Sox. They didn't listen. They forgot they existed.
oh,
Just like everybody else.
bam.
So it's like this.
Chicago can't claim that they didn't have, they don't have, or nobody can say Chicago didn't have championships because the 90s, Chicago owned basketball.
Oh, yeah.
They did? Oh, the
6
Bulls.
championships.
The Bulls.
Yeah.
The Bulls.
The Bulls.
85 Bears.
I thought that was the Bears.
The Bears, the Bulls.
The Bears and the Bulls.
Okay.
Everybody was a Chicago Bulls fan.
Oh, yeah.
Still, if they would just put together a decent team, I'd be a Chicago Bulls fan. Just because I grew up, man.
Well, Michael Jordan was legendary, so.
Yeah. And Scottie Pippen, he's like one of the few greats to come out of Arkansas. So
He's from Arkansas? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Hamburg, Arkansas. Went to University of Central Arkansas in Conway. They actually.
All I know is his wife is a Real Housewife of Miami, so I know something, I guess.
Oh, soon to be ex-wife.
Larsa. Oh, the Larsa and Scott are getting divorced?
Yeah.
Womp womp. She's a bitch anyway. Sorry, Larsa, but yeah.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen actually. He started off at UCA. He was their equipment manager. He was, and then between I think maybe his freshman year and sophomore year, he grew like 8 inches. And then he's one of the greatest 50 or the top 50 NBA players of all time. So he didn't even get a scholarship as a freshman.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
The Bulls in the 90s.
Yeah, that was unreal. And every kid wanted to be Jordan. Every kid wanted to be Jordan.
White, black, Mexican, anything.
When they won their first championship, I remember that was I think that was Father's Day. I was at my grandparents' house at their apartment over up on Catalpa, and they won it, and we were going home, and everyone's all going crazy in the streets. They were driving down Ashland, headed home.
Was that the first championship that the Bulls had won?
Yeah, their very first.
So they've only got those 6.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, that's it. Just the 6
Just
they
the 6.
won in what, over 8 years?
Yeah. And those 8 years, 2 of those years were without Michael Jordan.
Right.
Yeah, it was Michael Jordan and the Bulls, wasn't it?
Yeah, he carried that team pretty much.
Yeah.
Those.
They were good players, I'm guessing, but he was like the player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody on that team was competent, and then he was like 2 people.
Yeah.
So, best offensive player and the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah.
And then you had like Ho Grant, and you had Scottie Pippen, obviously. You had Steve Kerr,
Luke Longley. Luke Longley.
Yeah, it was a special time for Chicago. And I mean, like I said, every teenage boy, if you were between the age of 5 and 55, you wanted to be Michael Jordan. So,
and when he appeared on Space Jam, then he really sealed the deal.
And then we transitioned into our next topic.
We did?
Oh, yeah, we did. Chicago's history and gaming. Michael Jordan had his own video game. Chaos in the Windy City.
I was like, Space Jam is not a
video. Yeah, Space Jam is a video game.
Oh, it is? Oh.
It was on
yes, Segway.
Saturn, I believe? No, Sega CD.
Came out in like 94.
So
when did he play baseball for a hot minute? What year was that?
That was when he wasn't playing for the Bulls.
That'd have been 95.
Yeah,
that was 95 then.
That was during the strike, I think. He was in minor league, played for the White Sox.
Yeah, that was it.
The strike was in 93, wasn't it?
Was that 93? I thought it was 94.
Well, no, I came out after 93, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember.
But that's okay.
But yeah, Chicago and gaming, for going on to this, but Chicago was pretty much, I should say, the center for, the coin-op arcade video game machines. You had what Gottlieb was here, Stern, Bally, Midway, Williams.
Midway.
And they, what was it? Williams, Midway, Bally, Midway, Williams. They all became one company at one point, and
Well, it was Bally first,
Yeah.
and then Bally bought Midway,
Yeah.
and then I think they sold out, or
then became Williams,
and then Williams took those license. Williams took the properties that were Bally Midway,
yeah,
and kept making pinball tables and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So Chicago's got a deep, rich history in pinball and coin op, and Lord, I mean they had the rights to. They had the rights to Pac-Man. They made all the Pac-Man arcade machines, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, all that came out of Chicago.
I know
Yeah.
those came out of there. Oh, damn.
Cubert, Robotron 2084, Berserk,
Oh, there's Robotron again.
Joust,
That was a Williams game.
Defender?
Defender, Stingray. What else?
Not Rampage though, right?
Rampage, yeah, Rampage was
What?
yeah, that was Midway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why if you look at the first Rampage, they're destroying all the
Gary
Chicago
Davis.
suburbs, like it's like Joliet, Elgin, Gary, Hoffman Estates. It's and Cruising USA.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea all these were from. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a long list of games that when you think of the classics from the early 80s,
Yeah.
it's pretty much Bally Midway
Oh yeah.
is who did most of those.
Wait, so
Bally
was it
started off as
Bailey and Midway, or was it one?
it was Bally /
Yeah.
Midway.
Okay.
Bally bought up Midway and made the portion of it, the coin op portion of it was Bally Midway. Bally as a company still owned, or they made slot machines.
Yeah.
And ended up there was a Bally Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. I don't know if it's still there or not.
Yeah. Valley Total Fitness was
But yeah, Bally Total Fitness, the gyms. It's the same company.
Oh, that's the same company.
and they made
It is,
Awesome.
they made the little home console, the what is it?
The Bally Professional Arcade.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it was one of the first systems that had, I think it had 256 colors.
Well,
It was
that's so cool.
and that was in the late 70s.
This
So
is
that
like
was actually
knowledge
a big
overflow
deal.
right now. I had no idea this was all going on in Chicago. I knew about the pinballs machines and some Midway stuff, but all this
Yeah.
is
right
Yeah,
over
this is
at
new to me.
California and Roscoe. That's where their headquarters.
So
Well,
cool.
It's still now it's WMS Gaming. They just do slot machines and stuff
Oh.
like that, and video poker stuff. So they're out of their traditional stuff. I think that library got sold to WB Games eventually.
So do they manufacture all the parts and put them together and ship them out? Like everything takes place there?
yeah, that's where
or-
they make all the slot machines and all that stuff now.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
But
that's
now-
where the factory for the pinballs and the cabinets was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now Stern, they're still making pinball machines out in what suburb are they in? I think Elk Grove Village, something like that. And they're still doing pinball machines. They just came out with a Ghostbusters pinball machine not too long ago.
Oh, which is absolutely gorgeous too.
Yes.
Have you seen the table? Oh, it's fantastic.
Is it old Ghostbusters or new Ghostbusters?
It's the old Ghostbusters.
I played
it's
that
like-
in San Francisco when I was on vacation, actually.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I saw hey, it's the old Ghostbusters. So I played it. I had no idea it was brand new, but man, it was
That is
fun.
it's a brand new table. It
It was a
probably within the
blast.
last 6
I loved
months.
it. I was terrible because I'm terrible at pinball, but I loved it. Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, that was at the Gestalt House in downtown San Francisco.
And
Not
man,
downtown. Close enough.
and Midway in the 90s was like a powerhouse of games. He had the NBA Jam, which my neighbor he was actually did some work on it. I don't know what he exactly did on it, but
That's cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, you had NBA Jam, you had NBA, all the NBA Hang Time, NFL Blitz. There was one NHL Hits. That was the hockey one. There was
Was that Mortal Kombat Midway?
yeah, Mortal Kombat, yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
in the 80s and 90s, man. Chicago was huge for the gaming industry.
yeah, and what? Oh, God, the Mortal Kombat guys. Every now and then they make appearances at Galloping Ghost, like all the time.
Which I still want to go to.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
but it's there's so many and the funny thing like pinball was like illegal across the country for so many years.
What?
Yeah, they said pinball was a gambling machine.
You're
you
not
know
gonna-
they
Who's
said there
Who's
is
the
no
they that said this?
there is no skill in this. And this the guy what's his name
Same days that did Prohibition.
yeah what's it, Steve Ritchie? I think he works for, I think, Stern now. He was in the Chicago area. And he's the guy who went to New York and say, hey, this is the game of skill. Watch this move, what I could do, and how I do this. So he proved that it's not a game of chance and actually a game of skill,
Boom.
which helped make pinball not be illegal.
Awesome. I had no idea it was illegal. That's more knowledge for me.
Yep.
Man, I'm sitting there looking at a list of games that were developed by Midway, and who's who of arcade games, man. Arch Rivals, Area 51.
Oh, so fun.
And all the cruising games, Defender, Defender 2, Disc of Tron, Gauntlet, or Gauntlet Legends and Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Original Gauntlet, that was an Atari game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't very good either. Yeah.
But probably one of my favorite arcade cabinets of all time, Hydro Thunder.
Oh, Hydro Thunder is awesome, isn't it? So fun.
Hydro Thunder.
Hydro Thunder.
How about
the guy's just so enthusiastic. He's like, I love my job being an announcer. That's like, damn, I wish I shared your passion, man.
WrestleMania, the arcade game?
Oh yeah, that was not good. That one was not good.
It was not good. Why?
Well, they tried to cross wrestling with Street Fighter, and yeah, it was the Undertaker would like hit you with skull fireballs or something, and Doink the Clown was on there throwing whoopee cushions.
I remember seeing that. I was like, "What is this? This isn't Street Fighter. That's not Chun-Li."
And
that's Bret the Hitman Hart. What's going on here?
Oh, another one of my favorite games from Midway is Tapper.
I'm not sure what that is. Oh, the beer one.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I always forget that
is a difficult game.
It really is.
That's one of the hardest.
It's really easy in concept,
but
the concept seems really
it's easy.
Then you get like 3 stages deep, and
it's like
then irate customers start coming out of every which direction, and you gotta catch the glasses and pour the glasses, get your tips, and oh man, but what a great concept for a game though. Like it's so simple, but it's so addictive.
And that Budweiser sponsored it for a bit. Oh, Jesus Christ! I forgot about the Galaga games.
Oh yeah, classic.
Oh, God.
Still available in certain like Pizza Huts and parlors, and you can still see them around.
Galaga, that's one of my go-to games.
That's one of those arcade cabinets that I want really, really bad. Is the Class of '82? It's Miss Pac-Man and Galaga in the same cabinet.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's one of those cabinets that I've always said that if I even said it like in high school. It's like, man, when I get enough money, I'm going to buy one of those. And you can't hardly find one now for a reasonable price. But
yeah,
a Galaga cabinet and a Miss Pac-Man cabinet is to get both of them together.
You never know.
Yeah.
Keep looking.
Check out what other Chicago, and what's it
Didn't Midway publish a lot of games too? Like I know they developed some, but they were like big publishers too, weren't they?
I think they did a lot. I think a lot for the consoles they teamed up with like another company.
That's like Midway did. They did Killer Instinct, but Rare developed it for the consoles.
Yeah,
I
think so, and I think Acclaim did the
Acclaim. That's what I'm thinking of.
They did the NBA Jams. I think
they did the console version of NBA Jam. Acclaim did. And Iguana was the the development house. I remember that because they had the Super Nintendo version a lot.
One of my favorite PlayStation 2 games was published by Midway as well, called Shadow Hearts. I knew it was either Midway or Acclaim, and I just looked up. It was Midway. So they even dabbled in the RPG world. So they're good in my book.
Another big thing. Wurlitzer had a big base out of Chicago.
For you guys. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Wurlitzer made those classic jukeboxes. First they started with organs.
Oh, okay.
First they were more famous for organs, and they came out the jukebox, and it's probably like the building 2 doors down from where I work used to be the Wurlitzer building.
I know a guy that was more famous for his organs than anything else, but that's a different story.
D'Angelo. Totally kidding. So.
But oh god, what other games are? Yeah, I think.
Well, there's more to Chicago than just Midway, though, right? I mean.
Yeah, I think.
Chicago's also a great place for like a game setting or getting referenced. I mean, I know that it's a stretch, but in Resident Evil, you have the Chicago typewriter weapon, which is a giant Tommy gun, I think. So that's fun.
Yeah, the old Chicago typewriter. So, there is actually quite a few games that are. Was it Watch Dogs that was set in Chicago, or is that what it was, or is it Last of Us?
I'm not sure.
Played it. Somebody saved me.
You just played that one, didn't you?
The Last of Us is not in Chicago, but
okay,
they did use my store's neon sign in the game.
That's why I was thinking that it was set in Chicago, because you said that.
Yeah, but that's actually it was in Pittsburgh, but
okay, I got you.
Yeah, there's a lot of these games that Midway produced. A lot of them were set in Chicago, which is.
Well, there was a.
I feel like there was more that took place in Chicago as well. Like can't think.
Well, like I said before, Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City. That was the quintessential Chicago game, if you will.
Chicago game.
Chicago. It's up there. It's up there in Chicago, up north.
We gotta learn how. We gotta get some lessons from MrNikon here about how to speak like a true Chicagoan. Because when I do, I kind of sound ridiculous, like I'm from nowhere. Like I don't know what So when Turf does it, he sounds like it's from Wisconsin.
You guys, you got to listen, okay?
You got to listen, okay?
These guys, we're going to go down to the gym.
There's 3 things you got to know.
3
things.
The Blues Brothers.
Yeah. The Blues Brothers and the Cubs.
And
the Bears.
And the Bears.
And the Bears.
The Bears. And the Bulls.
Yeah.
So that's 4 things. 4 comes after tree.
And the Bears, but they ain't doing too good so much this year. So.
Oh man.
But yeah, what games that are set in Chicago? I just saw this the other day. Or just.
Well, let's see. Like you said before, Cruising USA.
Mm-hmm.
And that course is hard.
It is. It's in there. Tony Hawk 4 has a level where you can skate downtown Chicago.
Cool.
So that's pretty neat. Let's see. Stranglehold. John Woo Presents Stranglehold was a game that's set in Chicago.
So you said,
Perfect Dark has like a Blade Runner in one of the levels.
You said I think Lethal Enforcers is somewhat set in Chicago, but they don't really say, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't get the idea that was in Chicago. I just thought it was some generic big city with Lethal Enforcers.
Yeah,
which, by the way, is hard game.
Yeah, I remember when the oldies played Microsoft Flight Simulator and the early Microsoft Flight Simulator. The airport you take off was Meigs Field, which is which is not there no more because Daly tore it up in the middle of the night.
There's a game called Still Life that's kind of like Heavy Rain. Now I'm intrigued by this. Have you played it?
I have not.
Turf?
I had no idea.
Nah, this sounds cool. Damn.
I'll tell you what, something that's set in Chicago that everybody should know and care about. Family Matters.
Yep.
How'd that theme song go? I cannot
those
remember off the top of my head. That theme song, how'd it go?
What's that?
Condition, this day and age, to read any
Good news on the newspaper page.
Grand design,
That's all I got.
As days go
That's
by.
Things you love, the family. Yeah. Okay.
This is really, really good stuff.
90s sitcoms had well, yeah. I mean, we are crooners.
Well, let me tell
So
you something
hard.
else that was set in Chicago that I absolutely adore that nobody else on the planet.
Adventures in Babysitting?
Oh,
No,
so good.
no, that is Perfect Strangers.
Yes.
Yes. To this day, Balky Bartakamus is still funny. Cousin Larry.
Never watched it. I regret not
Ridiculous.
watching it. It looks
Ridiculous.
funny, but I had to go to bed.
We so happy now we do the dance of joy. Die, 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 die. Hey, 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 hey. But yeah, and, and in Family Matters is such a loose spin-off of Perfect Strangers.
Oh, it is?
It is the loosest spin-off because, Harriet Winslow, she appeared on the show, as a really bit character, maybe 2 or 3 times as an elevator operator.
That's the mom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good
And
times, I
that
think,
was,
Chicago. But, Dynamite, that guy, I think that's Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I got to just kind of challenge the internet the other day just to see if I could find old episodes of TV shows. And I was like, oh, well, let's see if they have Home Improvement. Tim Allen's like, he was doing it. So I found that. And then I was, and anyways, then I was like, oh, well, let's try Perfect Strangers. And then I got to watching it. It's still funny.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect
Is it
Strangers
still funny?
is still
Okay,
funny.
I'm going to watch it then. 'Cause I missed out.
Miller Boyette, back in the late 80s, 90s, they were the sitcom powerhouse.
And it's good. It's not one of those things that like you had to be there, you had to understand. It's still funny. It's like I Love Lucy. If you watch I Love Lucy, it's still funny. The Three Stooges is still funny.
Yeah, and
go
say Full House. You watch it as a kid, you caught some jokes as a kid. Now when you watch it, as an adult, you catch the other jokes. Like
that theme song was playing in my head all while I was on vacay in San Fran because why not?
Oh,
everywhere you look.
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure every 90s sitcom used the same theme song. They all
same theme song. Use the same episode structure.
Same
plot.
composer.
Yeah, they hug and they have a laugh and credits roll. I mean,
but what else was they? Other Punky Brewster.
That was Chicago?
Yeah, that's in Chicago. Yeah.
So Layla Moon Fry. I love that bitch.
Yep.
I want that on a t-shirt. Oh, that bitch.
Hill Street. Remember, you guys ever watch Hill Street Blues?
Mm-mm.
That was before my time, man. It had to be, I don't know, a Chicago thing, I guess. I don't know.
Is there anything kind of contemporary that's in Chicago? I know that
Chicago
there's a
Fire,
show called Betrayal.
Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Justice,
CSI Chicago.
The Exorcist. The Exorcist on Fox is being shot in Chicago.
In Chicago, or it takes place in Chicago?
It takes place in Chicago. APB takes place in Chicago. So there's and they're all filming here in Chicago, which is crazy.
No one watched Betrayal but me. It was very good.
Betrayal, they filmed, I think they filmed one episode, a scene in front of my store during the first season. So it was filmed
in Chicago too. Okay, yeah. Cool.
But yeah, it's
a great city. I've only been there once. I definitely want to go back, and now that I know people there, it's
you guys got to get out here.
Use guys.
I've spent one weekend in Chicago. I drove up there one time, spent a day downtown, and then turned and came back.
Why'd you go there? What for? Why for a
whirlwind
day?
Adventure. I picked up a pump organ.
Well, naturally.
Yeah. I picked up an organ. Somebody's grandma died, and they sold it for $100 on eBay. And somebody said, "Hey, I'll pay you to go get it." I said, "Okay." So I drove to Chicago.
Nice.
And I don't remember. I don't remember which suburb it was out in, but yeah, I went and picked up a pump organ, and then came back.
Suburban Chicago. Oh God.
It's suburban Chicago. Up there in Chicago.
Up there in Chicago.
Over by Dare.
We went down there to pick up the pump organ, and we drove down to the gym and got the groceries, and
Up north.
Now
went up north, and
you're Canadian again. You're like,
man, it's like because it's all icy up there. When I start moving north, I just slide right past Chicago.
oy vey.
Hey, do people in Chicago actually call it the Windy City, or is that just a tourist thing?
No, not really.
Just
They
me
don't
being a
even
damn
call it
tourist.
Chicago. They just go by the neighborhoods.
Yeah,
Or
South side,
south side, north
the
side.
northwest side.
north side, northwest side.
You know, I live in
Northwest.
Avondale. Avondale's a Chicago neighborhood. You know,
And Jenny's from where?
Skokie.
Skokie. Oh yeah, she's from Skokie.
That's a suburb. Skokie is
Skokie.
Skokie is a garden capital of the world. There's
Garden.
yeah, it's the garden capital of the world. There's a rose and bloom on every corner. L'chaim.
Well, yay for that.
Mazel tov.
But yeah, you know, we just go by our neighborhoods, or you know, a lot of people go by their parish. You know, where they grew up by. You know,
The parish.
yeah.
Church.
Oh yeah, you have over by St. Viator's. You know, oh, I'm going by St. Clement's tonight. Oh yeah,
Wow.
you're from Saint Florent. So it's, you know,
Yeah, oh my God, duh. Shameless takes place in Chicago too. How could I forget that one? Watch it now.
you're watching
Shameless
it
is
now.
awesome. Yeah, we're watching it. Yeah, we're binging it. It's fun.
Nice. But yeah, so if you got, you know, there's so much to do in Chicago, and also something, we don't all eat deep dish pizza.
Well, it's
You
a
should.
shame. I love deep dish pizza.
You know, I eat it once in a while. You know, it's more, you know,
So you do eat deep dish pizza.
sometimes.
Everyone there does.
Not all the time.
I would.
It's more Chicago thin crust, which is
If I was up there, I'd be eating more Italian beef.
yeah. Oh,
I've been going to a lot of Illuminati's pizza.
Illuminati's.
Illuminati.
I'd go up there get the red hots with no ketchup.
Yeah, no ketchup.
It's
You're almost turning Greek there for a second.
you said,
I'm the worst
Mr. Connie.
impressionist ever.
I'm gonna start calling you Giannis instead of Turf.
Yeah,
Call me Balky.
but yeah, you're turning Greek. Go get a euro.
Turfopolis.
Turfopolis.
Turfopolis. Oh,
take that.
I'm hysterical. Good God.
Oh god, go down to Greek Town, get some Saganaki.
Some who? What now?
Saganaki. It's the they take this Greek cheese, they pour brandy on it, and light it on fire.
That sounds
I'm
kind
in.
of good, actually. I
Yeah.
love brandy.
I love melted cheese. It's like
And,
Greek
you know,
nachos.
it's- I've not yet have it, but it's Chicago's got so much food too. You know, that's you come up here for the food.
And you stay
Chicago's
for
where
the
it's at,
bypass.
man.
What's
Food,
yeah,
games,
food, games,
a World Series championship under
World
their belt
Series-
finally.
Yep, right there. There we go.
You got the world champions.
World champion
The-
Chicago Cubs.
MrNikon's there. I mean,
Yeah, Jenny's here sleeping.
Like really, Mr. Nikon, Charles, if you will, level with me.
Will.
Did you think you'd ever see it in your lifetime?
I always hoped and hope and hope. You know, that's the thing about being a cousin. You always hope that this is the year. This is the year. They don't
God,
get
you're
this year. You're like, oh, next year.
you're
Year.
getting emotional. Oh my goodness.
I did. You know, it's this isn't one of the most emotional times I've been watching it. You know, some tears came down, man. Okay. Anyway, don't let me get too emotional now.
That's okay. No, you're happy. You're happy, and we're happy. So
Yeah, so yeah, you guys come on up and I'll show you guys around. But anyway, any of you guys got anything else to add on to the fun here?
I know I've learned a lot, and I laughed my ass off. I think it's been a good night.
Man,
So-
honestly, Charles, I'm happy for you, dude. I know what it's like to be a lifelong fan, and it's always just right there out of reach. And then when it's just out of reach and you finally get a hold of it, it's that much sweeter. So congratulations to you and that entire town for.
And I gotta buy a new hat now. But I gotta buy the one that says World Series champions on it now.
Oh, there you go.
But anyway, but yeah. Thank you, Turf. But anyway, so let's wrap this show up now. Thank you all for watching and listening in. And Turf, where can we be heard at and seen, and where can people follow us?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you love the Cubs, good for you. If you love OPB, out on YouTube, you need to. You can see all of our videos there. All of these podcasts in their video form. You can look at our beautiful, glorious mugs and MrNikon's beautiful, glorious blue hat. And you can see all that on ourparentsbasement.com or on YouTube. Just search for Our Parents Basement or Our Parents Basement Podcast. You can, if you want to interact with us, you can hit us up on Twitter at OPB Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/OPB Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
At OPB Podcast at gmail.com. Now, the real good part of this this whole shebang,
the real
is the
nitty gritty.
Audio only version can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and probably something else. SoundCloud. It's on SoundCloud.
There it is.
So there's, and probably some more that I'm missing. Just you can find us put it on your mobile device any which way you want to. Plug it in your car and take us on a road trip. If maybe you're driving to Chicago, maybe you want to go get you that Italian beef right up there and up on the north side of Chicago, and time to do that. And just, there's plenty. We'll get you there. I don't care. We've got 30 hours of entertainment, so you can be anywhere in the United States and listen to me the entire way.
And we got new business cards. So next time you see one of us, ask for our business card. It has all the information where you can find us and interact with us and all that good stuff.
Yes.
So that's a fun. I had to make that announcement real quick.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching, listening, looking at us, and hearing our great thoughts. Thank you, and good night, everyone.
Good night.